Sagrayatam Shagana Ragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Shahagana Lalita Sivishakanvitamscha Kam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatam Mahang Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vamana Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Sri Rup Bhagavan Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagat Guru Prabhupada Shakti Avesha Avatar ki Jai. So, Prabhupada's favorite book, Inspiration, Prapana Jivanamritam. First reading, we are in the nectar of scriptural words. Ahankarat aprapati, ahankara nivrittanam Keshavo nahi duraga, ahankara yutanami madhye parvatarasaya. We read that yesterday. Advaya Jnanam Anashritanam Eva Jagat Darshanam Javat Pritaktvam Idam Atmano Indriyartha Maya Balam Bhagavato Jana Isha Pasyet Tavan Nasham Sritir Aso Pratishankrameta Vyatarti Dukkha Nivaham Vahati Kriyartha. This is from Bhagavatam 399. Persons who do not take 3, third canto, 9th chapter.
That means Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Okay.
Persons who do not take shelter of the one without a second, the Supreme Lord, simply loiter in the world of birth and death. O Lord, soul of all souls, the conditioned soul sees this universe as separate from you and thinks it is meant for his sense enjoyment. But this is only a creation of your deluding potency, Maya. As long as a living entity clings to such an illusionary separate interest, he does not give up the miserable world of action and reaction, birth and death, despite of its utter meaninglessness. Oh, the Bhagavatam is so beautiful, so clear. This morning we were also reading a shloka from Bhagavatam, so beautiful. I don't know, I'm ever grateful for this book coming into our life. It is called The Cream. I've read the Upanishads before, a little bit, not too much, but it was always pretty difficult to understand. Then I was reading in Rig Veda, that was even more difficult to understand. Then I was reading Vedanta Sutra, and it was also difficult to understand, to understand these short versions and references, very philosophical, very beautiful. But when we read the Bhagavatam, it's like a clear direction. This is what you have to do, despite the utter meaninglessness. What a beautiful way of describing the material world. Utter meaninglessness. You understand that, Jananivas? Useless, no meaning. Just living, eating, sleeping, nothing else. And suffering, and everybody's suffering, and everybody's growing old, everybody's dying, but you think, oh, I'm here to enjoy one more ice cream. Let me have one more ice cream today. to enjoy my life. So the nectar of the scriptural world is this. The scriptures, they give us the injection. Hey, get up. The next verse says, the unsurrendered soul is perpetually deceived. Thus, the state of surrender is eternal. A birth in the human species is so valuable that it is aspired for by the demigods. Those who, despite having taken such a birth, do not take shelter of the lotus feet of Govinda, they deceive themselves perpetually. Now, what we can see here is a call of urgency, like urgent. And yes, when we preach, sometimes this urgency comes into us also. Sometimes when you speak in university, you try to be like more soft, no? More informative. But the scripture says things like, surrender! Stupid!
Order.
Huh?
Order.
Yes. You're wasting your time. Utterly useless. Utter meaninglessness. Deceive yourself perpetually. What kind of declarations, you know? If somebody says that to you and you believe in that somebody, then it's devastating. And the only way out of that devastation is surrender. And that's what it's all about, surrender. But, people are very, very, very scared with this idea that I have to surrender. And to surrender to who? Guru, Shastras, Sadhu, Vakya, Chitete, Koriya, Aikya. You have to surrender to your inner conviction. But it has to be in accordance with Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. It cannot be just your capricious mind. But you have to be convinced, otherwise how can you surrender? That's one of the things I like in Krishna consciousness, question and answers. If there's a question, have the question. Of course, if you're just questioning to challenge without a real attitude of knowing the truth, then it's also pretty useless, no? But question, if you have a doubt, if you have a question, please ask it. And this way, what is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur here? Questions and answers. There are the questions, and there are his beautiful answers.
Also in Bhagavad Gita, the full of question and answer.
Yes, question and answers.
Srimad Bhagavatam also full of question and answer.
So I will ask Padmanabha Maharaj to read and speak about what does Bhagavan attract to himself.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So this is a question asked to our beloved spiritual master Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Whom does Bhagavan attract to himself? Nanda Nandana, Prabhupada is answering. Nanda Nandana Krishna is Bhagavan himself. That transcendental black personality attracts all in the three worlds, three bhuvana. Sri Gurudeva, beloved to Krishna, is Sri Krishna's attracting potency. Only spiritual substance can be truly attractive. Who does Vastava Vastu? Bhagavan Krishna attract. A magnet attracts iron, not wood, because the nature of iron is similar to that of magnet, whereas the nature of wood is different. Similarly, Bhagavan only attracts his devotees because he is spiritual substance, and so are the living entities. However, when living entities come in contact with Maya, their spiritual quality becomes covered. When they take shelter at the lotus feet of Guru and perform devotional service, their bondage is ended and their spiritual quality is revealed, which naturally attracts them to Bhagavan. Living entities who are inclined to serve Bhagavan are attracted to him, and they can experience his affection and human-like sweetness. All attractive Bhagavan attracts such living entities with his inconceivable power. However, if a living entity is attracted to material objects, his attraction to Bhagavan remains dormant. Towards Bhagavan, a living entity gets attracted to something other than him. That living entity may lose attraction to the original person. One can cite an attraction to the material world which causes bondage, and on the other side is attraction to Krishna. In this world, attractive form, Rupa, Rasa, Sparsha, Gandha, Sabda, form, taste, touch, smell and sound are very close to us, and we are attracted to them because we are weak to resist such attraction. We should hear Harikatha from the mouth of a living saintly person. If we listen to narrations of the pastimes of Bhagavan from sadhus and gurus, we will save ourselves from enemies in the form of attractive material forms, taste, smell and sound. If we are not attracted to Krishna, we will be attracted to Maya, this illusory potency. Hare Krishna. So here, Srila Prabhupada clearly states that the magnet attracts the iron because the iron has some similar quality of magnet, but the magnet cannot attract a wood. Similarly, the Supreme Lord Hari attracts his devotees. He doesn't attract non-devotees. Rather, in the Bhagavad Gita it says that he gives the intelligence, he gives the memory, and also he takes away the memory. So, sometime we see, like that day, I forgot to take my money belt, my wallet, when I was going to Lucknow, and I went 15 kilometers, and from there I had to come back. So how is that? I forgot, and then I remembered there. It is by the mercy that Krishna made me forgot from here, and there he reminded me. We don't have power to remember or forget whatever it is. So, but as jiva, our individual jivas are also swatantra. How you say?
Swatantra?
Swatantra means swatantra means
Your technique?
English word swatantra. forgot the English word of swatantra.
Of
Is
Tantra.
swatantra. No, swatantra means is not controlled by someone. Like Lord is not controlled by someone. He is swatantra. He can do whatever he will. So living entity also has that power, but he has limited power, very limited power. Very limited means we can imagine this solar system with 9 planets and with subplanets around all the 9 planets moving. This is like a sand, like a small sand in the ocean, this solar system. In this whole universe, the solar system is like a sand. And within this sand, there's so many countries, so many oceans, so many living creatures. And we are in a small city of sitting in India, and with small brain with and this whole creation.
But in a very big Yamuna Kunja.
Yes, but the creation is this creation is always coming out from the Lord, and it is going inside in every moment. So how huge the Lord could be, but He is, even though He is huge, He is sitting within our heart, within everybody, within everyone's heart. He is so humble that He is watching us and gives us the consciousness to remember Him. He sends sadhu, but it is our misfortune that we neglect sadhus and apply our own intelligence. So we have to become devotee. Devotee means soft-hearted. Like Maharaj was saying, that we see everybody is dying, and we also will die. We know that, but still we are attracted by an ice cream. So, yes.
I find this example of the magnet so interesting, because the magnet has 2 features. That if you are having the right attitude or the right direction, it goes
attacks.
bang.
Otherwise it
But if you turning against and you're all on your trip, whoop,
yeah,
you're
you are thrown out.
thrown out.
You're thrown out.
So from that point, I think, and then the example of the wood. Yeah, the wood is so much of a different nature. But I was thinking, I personally like wood so much, lagri. But it is just an analogy, But also, Daru Brahma. Even Lord Krishna, he can be in the wood.
That is compared in different sense. Wood is auspicious than iron. Of course, it is auspicious than iron.
More auspicious than iron?
Of course. Wood is more auspicious than iron.
There cannot be no iron deity?
No. There cannot be any iron deity.
No?
No.
But there can be iron cooking pot.
Nowadays, but
No,
in Vedic culture, it was mud.
Only mud?
Only mud.
But in the big cooking pots, they're made of iron?
Well, you see...
For the big mahotsav?
Traditionally, if you go to Indian culture, previously it was brass, for brass vessels for cooking and used in the kitchen. Even I remember when last I ate food in my house, I ate in brass plate.
Yes, in bell metal.
Yeah.
Not brass, it is some...
Yeah, mixed metal.
Astadhatu.
Yeah.
But in Delhi, there is the pillar, which is the only iron pillar which does not rust, which is standing, Kutamina, this pillar is standing for thousands of years. So,
Maybe it's made of steel?
yes.
Yes, steel. Steel is something different from iron.
No, I think it is iron. Well, maybe you call it steel. I am not aware to answer that question. But they say iron pillar. It's called an iron pillar, which is not rust. From that, it has been identified that the great Indian sages, they knew even metallurgic sciences to such an expertise that they could make this pillar without rusting. Because everything, like when I went to the STP of Vrindavan, that is only made 10 years ago, and all the iron is rusting, it's almost falling away. So iron rusts very quickly.
Yes. Especially when it is misused, when it comes in contact with water.
Yes. So luckily is not attracted by the magnet, but it is anyhow a very auspicious item. When it says there, you can make deities out of many different items, jewels,
Of course, jewels you can make,
marble,
marble you can make
granite,
also.
sandstone.
Sandstone, I don't know if it is authorized.
But all the deities in the carvings in the temple are made of sandstone.
Really?
The figures, not the main deities maybe, but you in every temple in India you have so hundreds of deities carved.
Yeah.
They're all in sandstone.
You cannot worship the deity.
Why not?
It is not worshipable deity. It's carved.
That is a good question.
But the main-
I've seen deities, for example, in South India, there's so many deities of so many avatars. Even in Orissa, they're made of cement. Cement deities, they're all over. And they're put on tilak and like that. Well,
But that is not tradition.
Let's go close. Imlitala has so many lila figures all around.
Yeah, it's made of cement.
It's all made of cement.
Yeah, of course.
But we worship him.
We worship him, but not like the deities in the like
No,
God.
not like the main deity.
No, not like the
that's
main
true. Not like the main
Yeah,
deity.
that
but even in ISKCON, we have the deities made out of fiber. Many
Yes.
fiber deities
That came from the
are in
Western country.
fashion now.
That came from the Western country.
Yeah, because fiber comes from the Western countries, but it has been accepted by the Indian sadhus.
Prabhupada accepted first. Prabhupada's deity.
Prabhupada's first deity of him and his Guru Dev, they were carved in marble.
Really?
Yes,
First deity.
definitely. They are on
Where?
the altar in Krishna
Oh, no,
Balaram.
before that, it was in 1975. But before that, Prabhupada's deity was made out of
Fiber?
fiber.
Not to my memory. But anyway, it's about the same time. Anyway, it was accepted that the deity can be made of fiber. Then they also made Gonitai Radha Krishna in fiber also.
Where?
Some temples have it.
Okay.
Some temples.
Maybe in the West they do not follow that strictly, but that is not actually Indian traditional culture, Vaishnava culture.
Yeah, because there was no fiber. So how could they have it? And also fiber, obviously. But everything wears off.
Fiber
Even
and
the
plastic
marble,
is almost same. isn't it?
even the marble wears off. It gets broken,
Yeah, it gets broken.
or just by puja, it goes like, finger becomes like
Yeah.
thousands of years of puja. South Indian deities, they like black granite. No?
Yeah. They're like black granite.
And the Bengalis, they like neem.
Neem. But I personally like black granite for Krishna and marble for Radharani.
This is what Imritala has. That's Krishna, so beautiful, black. Wow, very interesting. Jananivas, you also want to say something?
No, I don't have idea. I'm happy, sincere. Thanks, sir.
Because we have sadhu sangha here. Okay, we can stop this here.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And we should